Hey yo,
Yep.
mic check 1 2.
3、4、5、6。
Best hero kick.
Welcome to Game Tato. Now today we're gonna have a rockin' show. We're talking about the Tokyo Game Show, and if Sony brought it, or if they didn't. Now I kind of have a mixed review, but I'll get to it later. Let's get back to the Tokyo Game Show. Now, Mr. Morita opened the show trying to really make us excited about the PlayStation brand. And did he succeed? I really don't know. I was really wanting an orange box or a Half-Life 2 or some more first-person shooter games to come to the VR. But we had just so many games. Like, I hope they all come to America. Dynasty Warriors is kind of a mixed bag. I'm looking at it right now. Sorry, I got the double screen. I'm all over the place. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the Battlefield 2 dial getting turned up. And I'm sure the hype train is on that. I've said before in other videos, I'm definitely buying this mofo. With Yoda, look at that Yoda on that Darth Maul. And I want to see Kylo Ren get whooped. Like, I'm going to be up in that. Now we got Knack, Winning 11. You just got all these games, Sonic Forces, Earth Defense Force 5, Uncharted, Capcom. They just keep the hits coming. I don't even know what this is. Assassin's Creed Origins for all you American gamers, because you can't even keep up with all these Japanese titles. Gran Turismo, Yakuza. Jesus, I don't even know what that puzzle game was where I saw that cartoony, what's it, Yijibe or something. What the hell's that art style? I'm probably too jacked up, but whatever, man. It's the Tokyo Game Show. You gotta have fun. And this was a beautiful presentation from Sony. It really was. Look at this. Let's zoom in. Like, I need my background to be this. Like, why was the cameraman so shitty? Like, sorry if I'm looking off to the side. But you got that PlayStation rotation. You got that Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 1, I wish I could have invested more time. I bought it digitally on sale. But I'm excited for 2. I hope I can binge play 1 right before 2 comes out, so I'm really excited for it. It's going to be kind of badass. And I try to keep the rotation going on this video, because the Tokyo Game Show ain't about sitting. So now what's this? Is this Gundam? Or is it not Gundam? The hell is this? There's too many. Oh, Earth Defense 5 again. Come on now. Like, come on now. And then for Japanese gamers, I guess they haven't seen Red Dead Redemption 2. So we're cutting to this real quick. But I love the Japanese writing. You should just do that in America, just to keep it badass and Rockstar-like. And now we got horses jumping out of nowhere with Dynasty Warriors 8. I don't know if anybody in America cares about this franchise anymore. I surely don't. I mean, I can kill people in any game. There's no logic to these games. I just have to mash buttons. I'm sure they're for little children at this point, or I guess they're just popular in Japan. But that special edition is kind of sexy. And this is almost laughable in Japan. I wonder how well Minecraft does in Japan. I really do. It's pretty hilarious. And then, I don't know if this is news to anybody, but we got Noctis and Dissidia. Yeah. You know, I may buy this game. Like, I love J-Stars. Like, that game is the shit, and I have so much love for that game. Like, J-Stars Battle Royale is the shit. Like, if you don't own that game, play that shit. And now we got Shadows of Colossus. And I'm wondering if, I know the 4K is great, but couldn't have Sony given us that VR? I would have tripped balls climbing up a Colossus and then looking down, being like, oh shit, this is quite a view. Like, in the 3D, I would have been rather impressed by that. I would have been like, damn. But, like, okay, I'm looking at the screen with you guys in the background. Here, let me move this way so I don't block it. But these graphics, they look good. They look good. I just hate it when they do 4K resolutions, but there's no like complicated geometry or no tessellations or no reflective water or none of that shit. Like, I don't want that type of sacrifice for a higher resolution. And now we got Dragon's Crown, and I own a physical copy of this on the PlayStation 3. And that's kind of my problem too. I also own a copy of Zone of the Enders on the PlayStation 3. And both these games run great. So what's my incentive really to want to buy these on the PlayStation 4? Like, I wish Zone of the Enders would have had a 1 and 2 compilation. It would have been nice. And now here I go talking through the Final Fantasy IX announcement. But it's been on cell phone. It's really not a reinvention of Final Fantasy IX, so it's not so exciting. I can play this on my Vita whenever I like and not have to spend any more money and take it portable, so it's not really the best deal for me as a Vita owner, and especially someone who has the PlayStation 1 digital copy. And now we have a Gundam game. I don't know if this is coming to America. I hope it does, but I believe the first one didn't, because I probably would have owned it. But hopefully it comes to America and this isn't just for the Tokyo Game Show. I'd be excited for this. I want to smash with the homies in a Gundam game, please. Give us Americans a good Gundam game. You like that little Asian person tripping right there? There's the Impatient. VR Suzuka. I think that's a Yakuza VR experience, hopefully. You got Bravo Team, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. What's that, shit, that damn Ace Combat 7, I believe. I've been waiting for that game so long. I cannot wait for a good flight sim. The Walker. We'll see, I mean, hopefully it's better than those little Asian girls make it seem. You got whatever X game that was. You got Legion Commander. I do have the VR racing wheel experience. It is the shit. If you got a VR racing wheel, or if you just have I have a Thrustmaster. Let me look at my shelf. I got a T300 to Ferrari Turd Ari integral racing wheel Alcantara edition, and then I went crazy and I bought the 7-speed shifter. Because when I mess in VR, I gotta have the full legit experience. Sorry for breaking on a tangent. That's what I do at the Tokyo Game Show. Now we got Gungrave. And this is a PS2 game that I've been trying to buy recently. I've been eyeing it, but I don't want to pay max price. So, you know, this is VR version's really cool for Gungrave. And then for the Asian in me, or the Gaijin, as the outsider. That's a Tokyo Drift 3 reference. You know, I'm gonna fucking conduct some trains, man. Sorry for cussing. If I cussed, who gives a shit, right? It's YouTube. Who cares? But I'm gonna conduct some mother freaking trains. It's gonna be dope in A-Train Expo Express Edition. And now we have a little clip, so we hopefully don't get copyright infringed, because you know people love to copyright infringe a mofo trying to make an honest living, even though I don't make nothing. But Zone of the Enders is cool. That was one of the franchises that I was hyping back in 2001, reading game magazines when I was the first person to basically have a PlayStation 2. I was one of the first people in America, like day one, I had a PlayStation 2. And I was already hyped for Metal Gear Solid 2 and fucking Zone of the Enders. And Zone of the Enders 1 came with the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. And that hyped up both, because Konami used to be crazy with Hideo Kojima running crazy up in that biznatch. And now they're just saying how they're going to hype up PSVR and how it's going to be the shit, and they're going to start throwing orchestral scores and whatever the heck they can throw in there. Basically a multimedia array. But just, you know what I want? I want VR movie. Like, how are we going to get, God damn it, what's that first person? Is there Henry? Hardcore Henry. How do we get Hardcore Henry in VR? How do we get some more badass first-person shooter movies from Sony? Make it happen. I got the script right now. Buy it off me. I got all the shit. But I don't know if you're in touch. So I don't know if you even want to listen to somebody who's in the know and who knows what people want. You know, you might be too busy wiping your ass as I don't even want to say as a movie executive, but like as a Sony exec, you got all these access to Funimation, all the anime now, you got all your video game franchises. I know you've started it's public, you started the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland. It's a little behind the times. You need to get on these things like 5 years before it's too late, Sony, so people care about your multimedia array. But overall, this Tokyo Game Show was underwhelming. And the most exciting thing for me was Zone of the Enders 2, which was a PlayStation 2 game and wasn't new.
You can enjoy game music title.
So we really need to check ourselves, Sony. And you're already ahead. I mean, you don't have to do much to beat Microsoft. Like Sony, even with this slightly weaker presentation, you've totally crushed anything that Microsoft has in line for 2017. Like, they're obliterated. Like, Microsoft is done for the year. But Nintendo has Mario Odyssey. Nintendo has the hype train going, Sony. Like, if you don't get your software library really spiced up with some new IPs that are reinventing the wheel, and I've said this in past video, and I'm surprised nobody's commented, where's the multiplicative gameplay? Where's the global assets that interact with everything? Where's the chemistry engines? We need engines in the video game industries that interact with everything. Physics, chemistry, everything needs to be global so all assets can be played with and the game can truly become a multiplicative sandbox that the video game user can play in. And I have a game in development. I'm gonna spice this up again, but I need more time because when you're doing something as advanced as what I'm doing and you're trying to convey emotion, but also with interdimensional gameplay and physics and emotion, and a world that streams itself so there's no loading, it takes a little bit more time. And this game looks really freaking cool from Quantic Dream. If we can have more cell phone games like this, I feel like I can get my girlfriend to actually play a game. I feel like I can get my mom to play a game. I feel like if you can get a beautiful story-driven experience that'll make somebody who don't give a shit about games care, because everybody has a cell phone nowadays, at least a smartphone. If you can make people care, I feel like Sony could be on the edge with Hidden Agenda. Is this game coming to America? And is this cartoon coming to America? Because anytime you got a bootylicious monster that's jumping on people's heads and giving them froze and making bitches love them, I'm sorry, this shit's hilarious. So, I mean, I guess that's what Sony is trying to hype. Booty, monster, afro, monsters. Booty, monster, afro, monsters. I think that's like the professional term for what I'm trying to go with here. And then I believe this is a Atlas. Is this an Atlas Vanillaware game? It is. Okay, from that art style, the second I saw it, I was just saying Vanillaware, shaking titties so big that it's distracting. I'm trying to play a beat 'em up here. But look at all these layers of people like this. This is a good example. My game will be two-dimensional. I'm not going for this type of art style. Mine's gonna be a weird combination of 2D and 3D because of the way the gameplay elements are. But this game actually looks very gorgeous. I hope it's on Vita. I'd love to take this on the go. Beautiful art style. I love the way Vanillaware, and I'm just looking at the screen. Sorry to not be looking at the mic, but Jesus Christ. Like, their art style of the watercolor design is something that'll never get old with time. You can look at this game 20 years from now and be like, this is a beautiful game from Vanillaware. Wow. Man, I hope I don't get copyright infringed on this, because all this content I wanted to discuss with the audience, and it's worth it. Oh well. What is this called? 13 Sentinels Aegis Run? make sure everybody in America pre-orders this if it's available. If not, I hope you can open up a Japanese store ID from the PSN and then try to get this game as early as you can and try to import it or get a physical copy, because all Vitas can play PlayStation Japanese games from that region, so you don't gotta worry about it. Now they're getting, I mean, this is late news for Americans. They've been hyping Detroit for a long time, but I'll shut up. I love the way they're hyping this.
不公平で野蛮だった。
人間
にとって私たちは店に並ぶ人形でしかないのよ。
不完全な生き物に服従しろだって。それも今日で終わりだ。自由を取り戻し、人として。
I'm sorry, Detroit is captivating. I'm very intrigued by this game. Even in Japanese, the lip syncing looks phenomenal.
人間には力で対抗するしかないわ。
多数の店舗が破壊され、路上の車にも火がつけられており、デトロイト市内はまさに混乱状態です。何百体ものアンドロイドがサイバーライフ店舗から盗まれた。
This is the future of story-driven games and multiplicative storytelling. Sony may be on to something with Detroit Become Human. People that don't care may start to care. I can't wait. I love it when video game companies and video game developers make me care. It generates so much hype. I don't know what game this is, but Sony's just gonna have a tremendous 2018. The PlayStation 4 Pro is gonna get a tremendous amount of support, and Nintendo's not a direct competitor with Sony because of their handheld device and the hybrid system. If somebody's gonna want a device that they're gonna plunk down in their living room, they're gonna go with the PlayStation 4 Pro at this point, especially with the near price drop to $350. It's gonna go. And then if you want a special edition, they're starting to roll through with the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Edition and the Destiny 2 White. So like PlayStation 4 Pros are gonna become a hot commodity and they're gonna drop the prices. But if you're just not a budget gamer and you want to spend $199 and get a badass gaming console that you know all your homies are gonna be on, and you're surely gonna play with all your homies when you sign on to that ecosystem, then you're gonna want a PlayStation 4. There's not really much of a competitor. If you want to get with your homies, you have to get on a PlayStation 4 right now. Like, Sony's the shit. They really are. And Nintendo has this online infrastructure that like is retarded. They should have hired Sony to make their infrastructure to make it work, or at least Microsoft. Cause like the second you plug in some Splatoon 2 Arrow adapter into your hookup, Nintendo's officially gone retarded with their online infrastructure, and they gotta rework what they're thinking. God damn, I got 32 seconds of record time. But like Microsoft's not a direct competitor anymore because they don't have any exclusives anymore. They're done. You can say they got their pirate game. You could say they got their Halos. You can say they got whatever they got. But in 2018, Microsoft is bougie. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna switch it up and switch batteries. Bleed. Alright. After my intermission, we have a new game coming in 2018 from Square Enix called, what was that, Left Alive? I hope, if I'm not retarded. Boom, Left Alive, with the MGS art style from the art director, and I hope Hideo Kojima has some peace in that game, because Left Alive could be a great franchise for the PlayStation, just community as a whole. And Monster Hunter World, to close out the presentation, I don't really know
before the
if
launch
this
of the
PlayStation is
Monster
the most
Hunter
prettiest
World,
version of
this
the
will be
Pro,
available in limited quantities
but
starting from December
man, I almost
7th.
want to get one. It
And
looks
the launch date
sexy,
of
that black and red.
Monster Hunter World
Oh man,
will be
to
on
have two
January
Pros would be
26th
retarded.
at midnight.
But then
And,
I can't do that. I only need one
like
Pro.
the others.
And I
will
may
start
buy an
accepting
Xbox One
orders
X. I'd
from
hate to say
noon
this,
tomorrow
but
for,
not for
like the hardware,
$4.99.
like the software.
Like I need to get one
We've announced
for like
the launch
$380
date.
with a trade-in or something,
And as
or
we
like
head towards the
$350
launch,
with a
we
trade-in,
would like to do
just
our
because I need
utmost
that 4K
to be
HD
able to
drive,
provide you with this wonderful
just to play
experience.
movies,
So
because
we'd
I've
like
been
to
stacking.
request for your
I
support.
got Power
And
Rangers
there'll
on
be a lot of
4K,
information that will be
and I
provided.
just got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on 4K, and I need that shit. So this is Game Tato, Dustin the Grinch. Sorry to be rambling, but I'd give this presentation a 7 out of 10 because it's what I expected. Zone of the Enders was okay. It wasn't great. So, have a good one, peace. Have a motherfucking great day. Mother freaking great days. Game motherfucking Tato. Peace out, y'all. Ah. Ah.